That was a lot.
Hey guys, welcome to the ShakeUP After Dark. I'm Alex the Great.
I'm Tiffanie.
And I'm Greg Williams.
Greg, what's good in the hood, bro?
Everything is awesome. How are you guys?
Welcome back. I mean, I would ask you about your weekend, but nobody cares because you should have told them about your weekend on Monday.
I was on an airplane, so I couldn't join you guys.
We're so glad you're here. For those of you, our country is in a state of disarray, so we're going to start out correctly on tonight. To the high, I can't even take it seriously. Mountain. Unfortunately, not this country.
Right.
It flows. It used to flow in the churches. They don't do that no more either. In fact, the people in the churches stay in the valley now.
You better squall.
Yes, the blood.
Jesus gives me strength. Yes, it does. From day to day. Devotion has been a little long tonight.
It's needed.
It actually did lose all of its power in this damn country. It really
didn't lose its power. This country has lost its mind and lost its way. And in the words of Kirk Franklin, losing its religion. I listened to that album today.
Well, I will hope everybody loses their religion. Religion is horrible.
Religion.
I believe in relationships.
Dang, I wish I had my notes from church this Sunday.
I'm glad
you went to church. You guys still go to church? I didn't know. Sorry. Okay.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say I'm glad you don't, but the church you went to, I kind of support that. So
I went to West Church, Greg.
Okay.
You should come one Sunday.
We'll talk about it.
I've been telling Greg he needs to get out to our neighbor's house.
Come on out.
Where is it located?
Off of Howell Mill.
Oh, okay.
Near the Pink Trap House.
That's now white.
Anyway, thank you for that devotion, Elder Haynes. I do not want to talk about this.
In my collar tonight.
Huh?
You
should have.
In my collar tonight.
Which color? You got 4.
Ooh.
I think I stole I think I gave my collar to I sold it, I think.
I'm pretty sure that's something you shouldn't sell. I could be wrong.
You're right. But one thing that
I've never had a collar, but I'm pretty sure you shouldn't sell that.
One thing that I have thought about, to make a little bit of extra money is just to be charging people. I'm gonna do some weddings and some funes. I didn't officiate the hell out of a wedding.
All right. So we're moving on because I just can't. First topic tonight.
So Greg, when you're ready, I got you, bro.
Oh, you're gonna do my wedding?
Actually, no, I'm not.
I was just about to say, far from that.
Alex, I love you, but I would not let you officiate my wedding.
Well, that's fine.
I just feel you would say something completely out of whack at the wrong time.
Right.
It'd be horrible.
I have been asked.
She was selling butt for 6.
Right.
You would say something like that.
I would not say that at your wedding, but I would ask, "Are you sure?"
See, no, you can't.
But a lot of pastors do that. And I wouldn't want to officiate either one of y'all's weddings because y'all would think that you would think, oh, I'm a holy man, so I should do it for a discount or do it for free. Hell no, I don't do free weddings.
You could do mine for free if I asked you to.
I wouldn't.
I'm not even thinking about it.
I will reference this conversation and say you told me you didn't want me to. So go find some other washed up pastor.
Ooh.
Did you just call yourself a washed up pastor?
No.
Pretty much.
Sounds like you did to me.
I was never really a pastor.
Lies.
You were the young adult pastor, I think.
People still call you pastor, actually. So
I was just somebody that loved the Lord.
All right. First topic. Pedophile. U.S. Senate candidate Roy Moore.
Whatever you said, I don't know, Greg, if you heard her, but it seemed like she was going out.
I heard her.
Oh, okay. So it was me.
She was talking about the pussy grabber.
Oh my God. Okay. Alex, cut that out. Let me tell y'all what I'm not doing with y'all tonight.
What are you not
grabbed
gonna do?
a few in my day, okay?
I'm saved. I don't grab things.
But unfortunately, it was never uninvited. It was like, take it, daddy. Okay.
Greg, don't laugh at him. It only encourages.
That was funny.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
If you like it, I love it.
Anyway,
Gummy bear.
I can already
taste like gummy bears. Actually, let me keep going.
What?
I'm sorry.
All right, I can already.
Oh, whoa.
No.
If you're kind of like,
no.
not with the teeth though. You kind of like. I'm kidding. Joking.
You're not joking.
Tiffany, do you taste like gummy bears?
We're not doing this.
Or do you taste like Skittles?
We're not doing this.
Skittles are really hard.
What is happening?
But they're sweet and sugary.
But
What's happening?
It is fruity like that though. Yeah.
So Tiffany,
Oh
since neither one of us have a vagina, do you do things like put like sugar and like sticky stuff and candy down there? So like
No, you will get a yeast infection.
But he would lick it out. He can
What?
lick it. He would lick it out, you know.
What's happening?
You don't just leave it on there. It's not like you spray it on there and just I'm just gonna let this Hershey's chocolate just marinate in me. You're not gonna do that. It's in and out. They're just kind of so you've never.
It doesn't matter.
You've never done any type of.
You can't put like whipped cream and strawberries and chocolate.
You cannot and should not put any type of food in your vagina.
So within the next 48 hours, I advise you to try it. We're talking about
that note. So it's okay you can't put food in the vagina, but y'all want to put an acidic grapefruit on the
absolutely
on the
absolutely not.
Well, no.
You have to like make sure that the circle is.
That's
like,
too much of a risk.
That it never touches the tip, okay? Because acid and the dick, I'm sorry, absolutely not. Hell no.
That was just doing a lot, though. I would never do that. Ever. I wouldn't do that. But that's just me personally.
Okay, so we can get this out of the way and we can move on. So never any sauces or fruits sexually, Tiff?
Not in the vagina, no.
Never.
What about on it? Like
that wasn't my question. I didn't say shit about the vagina. You said that.
Well, I said vagina.
The answer to her face says, yep.
What is your exact question?
I said any sauces or any fruits sexually. That's what I said.
You mean anywhere? Like used anywhere on the body or used anywhere?
Yes, that's sexually.
Yes. Come on now. Who doesn't?
Greg, strawberries, marshmallows, Starburst. I'm telling on myself. Let me stop.
Well, Starburst, no. But there was this one time I took whipped cream and it was actually right up on this bar right here.
Okay.
It's the truth.
Not eating at your house.
It was on the bar.
I ate on that counter before.
I'm never eating there. Okay. So this pedophile.
But you sit on couches. That's the thing. Like you sit on couches, you sit in people's chairs, you go to people's houses and you get comfortable. I mean, there's many accounts. Never mind. I tell you what I do miss. I no longer have a balcony, and I'm not up in the sky anymore. That is the absolute best place.
Yeah.
I've sat on that balcony.
Okay. I'm clean. I don't give a damn what they told you. I'm cool.
All right. Roy Moore.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
I just can't. We have spent 10 minutes on this.
On things we really care about. Now we're
going
to talk about
things that Roy care about too, because obviously he's doing this with 14-year-olds and 16-year-old girls. So I mean,
why do y'all think he hasn't dropped out the race yet?
Because he knows that he's going to win.
Because it's Alabama. Have you heard them people? See, this is the thing, Tiff. We don't even have to go too far on this. First of all, they're like, well, as long as they submit some proof, it was 30 years ago. You already know when you say that, and that is just like they do. I'm not calling any races out on this show tonight, but there's a certain race of people that always says things that are impossible, like it's profound. Well, if the women produce proof, then so you just don't believe them. You think they're just lying. Well, why did they wait so long? Why not? Not only are they in Alabama, they're oppressed because they're women in Alabama. Like, first of all, the people are coming out. There was this one man I seen on the news tonight. He basically was like, bruh, they had the whole mall back in 1981 on alert. If you see him in here, do not call the police. I mean, call the police as soon as you see him.
Really?
It was after 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds. One story is so sick. He saw this girl. She worked at Tuxedos in the mall in Birmingham. You know how they say that country. In Birmingham. Yeah, down in Birmingham. Where the fuck is that? Okay, so she worked at Tuxedos. He tried to holler at her there. But you know, things was different now. Like, people are telling their stories and they're like, so he called the school. She was a senior in high school. She was in trig class. He called the school and asked to speak to her. They got her out of class. She thought it was her mom or her dad. He was like, yeah, I met you at the mall. I want to take you on a date. And she was like, I have to go back to class. And then he showed up at her job again until she finally went to the movies with him. He tried to make up. Like, this is not a made up story. That's very elaborate. Her being called out of class, especially if she had an anal ass teacher, if that teacher's still alive, she'll remember.
I doubt if the teacher.
Like, that's a very specific thing. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, so he called the school back then. Of course, there was no cell phones. Like, he called the school and said he needs to speak to such and such. They're not asking like, who are you? I mean, by the time, well, I can't even say my parents was calling the school. I need to speak to my son. Get him out of class, so I'm gonna be up there. But these days, I mean, you got to screen the parents from the parents. Mm-hmm. So, Roy Moore, my prediction is he's not going to drop out of the race. He might win. But if he doesn't win, that's it for Trump's agenda. Because a Democrat will win, and that's going to flip the House and the Senate.
I think that he's going to win. It's Alabama. They voted for Trump.
Yeah, but a lot of them, like, there's so much moral ignorance, and people are just okay with being horrible people, like horrible people. Mike, I mean, I stopped telling people I was a Christian a long time ago because that has a horrible connotation in this country. Either people don't like you, they think you're just like, it's listen, do I love Jesus? Yes. Am I one of them? No, I'm not.
That's terrible, but I actually stopped telling people I was Christian as well.
I'm a follower of Christ. By definition, I am. By America's definition, hell no, I'm not one of those.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So he's probably going to win. Well, I have a question. Since this happened in 1991, do you think people change? Because that's going to be some people's excuse. Well, that was so long ago. He could have changed.
No.
He was younger.
I think people can change. I don't think he has changed. Now, I don't think he has changed because in order to seek change, you have to acknowledge that there's something that needs to be changed. And I don't think that he's acknowledged that.
He hasn't.
No,
I don't think he thinks there's anything wrong with what he's doing.
He said they're all liars.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's changed like that.
Time. We're out of time.
Yeah. Next is Chrisette Michele.
Who is that?
Chrisette Michele.
Who is that?
Cassette.
New phone. Who this?
I call it Cassette.
You do call her Cassette. I forgot about that. So for those of you who missed it, Chrisette Michele released a new song called Black Lives Matter. And I have not talked to not.
You know what? I got a great big fuck you, Chrisette. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And
I can't
feel
even
like
get the story out.
Oh, I'm so mad. When I think about it, I am so mad. So you say fuck you to black people, fuck you to the black team, fuck you to all of us, and then you're like, but I matter because I'm black.
She
No,
said
it matters because she don't have a job and her label released her.
And she stole a miscarriage photo. Like Cassette, whoever, whatever her name is, she's the worst. How do you steal somebody's miscarriage, like fetus photo? Where the fuck do you get a fetus photo?
Google.
Well,
yeah.
Why would you steal that? And you know what gets on my nerves with like people like Cassette and people like Shad Moss? You go and steal photos off of Google, and everybody knows that you can click images and find a photo. Bitch, you didn't even scroll down 3 pages. You didn't even click next one time. You took the second photo like, oh, no one's ever seen this before. My Google results are specialized.
So have you guys listened to the song?
Why would I listen to that bullshit?
I just wonder, has anybody listened to it?
Cassette doesn't have a ministry for me. She still plays cassette tapes. I can't. Tiffanie, I'm sorry. I had that man. I felt that. Damn.
So do you think that she's ever going to make a comeback, or do you think that this song is going to help her out? Or do you think other people are feeling just the way that you feel?
She's not relevant.
She's not, but
a comeback to what?
I don't know. Maybe get picked up.
Let's do it. You know what? We can only work with the information we have. Tiffanie, are you ever buying a cassette album again?
Nope.
Greg, have you ever bought a cassette album?
I never bought one before, so I definitely not buying one now.
So are you ever going to buy one? All right, me? No. So we've determined 3 out of 3 she's not relevant.
So let's at least say what her statement was. One, she said when she did the inauguration, she said that she thought it would bring everyone together.
You were wrong.
Her statement.
She didn't think that.
Her statement Her statement about the song, "If my life matters, then stand no matter. If that was true, would it be black? Whatever the hue, would you fight back? Is your blood red? Doesn't it match? Then when I stand with my black."
She didn't stand with her black a year ago, or earlier this year.
Not stand with her black.
She did not stand with her black. So the black won't stand with her.
See, the thing
I don't even know what all those lyrics mean. Some of it just doesn't make sense.
I haven't heard the song. And she had the nerves to use the logo too. Fuck you, girl. And you know, that last album she released was, the single before that was Strong Black Woman. She's just making songs. She's speaking over herself and ministering to herself. That's what she's doing.
She can do that quietly in a corner somewhere. Cause girl, we've done
Oregon. See, she tried Our Lives.
Is that a B Hammond? Right. You can turn that off.
Actually, she.
Shut up, girl.
Yeah,
she didn't even use a real. But she didn't even use a real Hammond. That was actually a keyboard.
Yeah, that wasn't a Hammond B3.
No, not at all.
I know what that Hammond B3 speaker sounds like.
Right.
I used to sit on top of it while my daddy played it.
I didn't know where that was going. I'm really glad that was the end of this.
I never had sex in church. just behind one. Next topic.
Jesus.
Okay. Next topic.
It was on a weekday.
So that makes it okay?
I mean, what's the difference of having it at your house or in a parking lot? Listen, as teenagers, you have to do things. You have to make things work.
Nope, we're going to skip over that as well.
Can I interject one thing? Can I interject one thing that's not on our list? Because obviously we don't think about things that are irrelevant.
Go ahead.
Can somebody explain to me how they lost, like they have a staff with no eyes over at People Magazine?
What?
How in the hell was Blake Shelton made the man of the year, sexiest man alive?
I mean,
well, no. Nobody has ever believed that Blake Shelton was the sexiest man alive, ever. Like, I don't care if you, I mean, his fiance, or are they married yet? Gwen Stefani? It doesn't matter. She doesn't even think he's the sexiest man alive. Nobody thinks that. Like, you saying that Blake Shelton is the sexiest man alive is like saying that Juicy from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show is the sexiest woman alive. Nobody thinks that. Nobody would, like, no. Sexiest man alive? You just couldn't find, like, y'all just could not bring yourselves to find a black man.
Well, you know, Kofi Cerebo.
They were just out of white men. That's it. Even Blake Shelton said, "Is something wrong with their eyes?" He asked that about himself.
Again.
That's all I wanted to do.
Kofi Cerebo was just on the cover of.
Is that brand of coconut water?
Is that what?
Is that brand of coconut water? Kofi Cerebo?
Don't do that to Kofi. Don't act like you don't know who Kofi Cerebo is. Don't do that. We're not doing that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know her.
We're not doing that to Kofi, okay?
I'm not doing anything to
who
her.
it was. I would know who it was.
I don't know what it is.
Queen Sugar, Kofi? Girl Trip, break.
Oh, the new
I'm so behind on Queen Sugar. I haven't seen it since the
Kofi, what is wrong with you people?
Oh, first of all, I don't sit around and study photos of men. And if you have a weird ass name like Kofi, how the hell do I know who you are? I don't know who that is.
Cause he's fine.
But I know he's the dude from Girls Trip.
I just said Girls Trip and Queen Sugar.
And I told you that I haven't seen Queen Sugar.
I should have also said Issa Rae's boo. Issa Rae's bae.
I didn't know she had a bae.
They're dating. Oh my God.
Why do you know that?
Why don't
where is that? I haven't seen them in no pictures. I follow the Shade Room and I follow Baller Alert. I became a real millennial. So are they? I know they. I mean, we don't even have any black magazines anymore. So I know they weren't in the magazine.
They weren't.
Jet is canceled. Ebony is online only. So how do you know?
Okay, maybe I do know because I know I've seen photos of them out together, but it's mostly like in Atlanta. Like they were together around homecoming and stuff.
And I don't live there.
So I just Googled him and he said, I don't know. It's not fine though.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Greg, I hate you. All right.
We're not doing that. I'm not going to let you do that to Kofi.
I mean, you just literally, you literally just stopped the show because we didn't know who Klondike Bar was. So now you're like, you're not going to do that to Kofi.
All right. Anyway, got my train of thought all kind of gone. Let me get off. Anyway, Jennifer Lewis. I don't.
When I think of her, I always want to make a loud sound like I'm Jennifer Lewis. Like, ha 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 ha.
I will never forget was it Meet the Browns that she was in? And they buried the daddy, and she said, started singing Amazing Grace. All right, Jennifer. All right, what are you doing?
Or at the end of The Preacher's Wife, where she's in the church, when she just, everybody say, she's just extra in all that she does.
She is just extra, but I love her so much. She's on tour. She's on a book tour for her book. The mother of...
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say in the Tina Turner movie, she was like, "These pearls are tied around my neck." Anime. Gotta love Jennifer Lewis.
For her book, the mother of Black Hollywood?
Black Hollywood, because she is, and she's all of our aunties. All of them.
She is all of our aunties. I love Auntie Jen. But
I mean, you're not gonna call her Auntie Jen like she's white. Tried it.
Auntie Jennifer. Auntie.
But
Auntie.
Auntie. Because you know Jennifer, she would come in here and get us right together. The fuck are y'all on here talking about?
We talking about you and your STDs you had, baby. That's what we talking about. How you doing?
First of all, Greg, I wouldn't be bold enough to say, and I say a lot of things. Over the years, I've said a lot of things to some guests, okay? But if I read about Jennifer Lewis, I am blocked by everybody. But if I read that Jennifer Lewis has an STD and Jennifer Lewis comes into the studio and sits across from me, one thing I'm not like, I have pressed a lot of buttons. I'm telling you, I have pressed some buttons.
But she is open to talking about it. She wrote it in her book that she had genital warts and other diseases. I mean, we could like her all day, every day, but she was popping pussy.
You're right. I mean, STDs, at this point, and Jennifer is like 3 times my senior, maybe like 2 times my senior. But you know, people have STDs. They get them and then they gone. True. And then some of them stay around.
True.
How you doing?
I remember. So anyway, but I love her though.
I one when I was 17, and I just lied like hell. I did. I lied like hell. I was like, I had this African doctor. I told you this story, Tiff.
You have?
I had this African doctor. Of course, like I was, you see, they like, oh, it's a burn. Alex was burning. And I was like, I told my dad, I went to the doctor. He's like, oh, you have gonorrhea. I was like, gonorrhea? How? I'm not having no sex. He was like, I know gonorrhea. You have gonorrhea. Where's your father? I'm like, my father's in the waiting room where he's gonna stay. And I just told your bitch ass I don't have gonorrhea. How? He goes and gets my dad. He's like, so you got me in here like you got a real problem and you out here just sticking your little wee and everything. What's wrong with you? My dad it was just a mess. And I just held on to my lie. I felt like my dad was like, you little dumbass. He didn't even press it. He didn't even, he was just like, you're dumb.
So Tiffany, have you ever had an STD?
Nah.
I love how you answer that. Well, I haven't either, so.
I also have been abstinent for some years though, so.
That has absolutely nothing to, and see that it's people like you that judge people that have STDs.
I'm not judging.
You could be abstinent for 10 years, and it takes one person, one time, one contaminated tongue, licking all over your pussy.
Contaminated tongue.
Okay. Yeah, because people just think you get STDs just from intercourse. You get STDs. Genital warts does not come from somebody from her popping that pussy on that dick. somebody's nasty ass mouth was down there all over her.
All right.
And they had some type of what do they call it? The not syphilis.
How did we get
herpes simplex? Like even these cold sores, and there's that other persuasion. You can tell. See, when you got this melanin and stuff like that, sometimes y'all don't be looking at mouths and see everything grosses me out. I told y'all I got STD when I was 17. I am such a germaphobe. If I look towards your mouth and it looks like you still have some kale in your teeth, I am sorry.
I don't like you from a healthy place.
I have so many questions like, what type of toothpaste do you use? Have you ever washed your mouth out? Like, do you use peroxide? What type of mouthwash? Do you clean your mouth regularly? How many times do you brush? These things matter.
Anyway,
when you did have the STD, did you take your antibiotics the entire time, or did you just take it until you cleared up? Because if you just took it until you cleared up, you still nasty. You still probably got something. You don't have no symptoms, but you're just passing it on. Look, sexual education is very important. We make it so taboo. You need to talk about these things. Your friends are out here burning. Your cousins out here burning. Hell, your mama could be out here burning, and you don't even know. You can't be afraid to talk about this kind of stuff. Especially since y'all sliding in DMs and then go and slide on things. Like,
Tonight's episode is brought to you by the Health Organization.
Of somebody who is not trying to get burnt, okay? And I feel you, Tiff. I was celibate for a good 5 years.
I know you were.
So I could preach the gospel.
And then you almost died and said, well.
Yeah, I almost went out and didn't have sex again. So that's crazy.
I didn't say celibate. I said abstinent. There is a difference. If y'all don't know what the difference is, look it up.
Well, abstinent is abstinent. Never mind. Next.
So are y'all going to get Jennifer Lewis's book?
The Black Mother of Hollywood. I was going to download it. I want to know if there's an audio book though, because if she read it, hell yeah.
If she read it, I will get the audio book.
Yeah, that would
absolutely. Yeah. I almost want Joy Behar's book just because she read her own book.
I bought Joy's book. I like Joy.
I like Joy too. All right, Black China.
Can we skip this one?
Yep. Jordin Sparks.
I have questions. But you know what? Jordin Sparks has always been the one that seems like she just plays too innocent for me. So while I like her singing, but even though her first album that I really liked wasn't her own personal album, I don't really see it for Jordin Sparks. No Air, I felt like that was the worst song ever.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe in no air.
Thank you for doing that when I said it was the worst song ever.
You're very welcome.
Well, I don't trust this marriage, but maybe y'all do.
I mean,
I have no feelings about it.
She told this BS story.
I feel like she's not even relevant enough to like discuss sometimes.
She was an American Idol. That's the only reason. So
well, that huge breakup she had with Jason Derulo.
That's not what made her mainstream to white people. White people mainstream is what makes mainstream, unfortunately. And American Idol did it for her. If she was just the girl that had a breakup with Jason Derulo, Tiff, nobody would care.
Karrueche, never mind. Okay.
Are you really gonna put? I feel like Karrueche is much more relevant than Jordin Sparks.
She's made herself relevant. She's an actress now. She's a model. She does things now. But
you know what? I used to give
she's beautiful.
Kachunga no credit, but
you're not gonna call her Kachunga.
I really liked Claus.
Did that get canceled?
It was a good show though, and I was so real. I didn't watch it until it was over, because I was just kind of anti. I love Niecy Nash, but I was anti Kachung Chu. But
Kachuchi.
Yeah, her.
So Jordin, for those who missed it, we haven't even told the people what happened. Jordin Sparks apparently is married and got a whole ass baby on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the horrible breakup last year with Jason Derulo and swore off love. She said after she swore off love, she met her now husband's family at a charity event, and her husband was the guy was thinking about moving out west, so their families not trying to hook them up or anything. Basically said they should talk.
Because he said he a model.
He's a model, and one thing led to another. They linked up, whatever. They eloped in Hawaii.
This is such a horrible story that's not true.
They eloped in Hawaii.
She got pregnant.
She got pregnant in August.
Exactly.
We are three of us. We're church kids. We know how this works.
We are
baby,
church
I
kids.
gotta go get married, and then the baby's gonna come 2 months to preemie. That ain't no damn preemie. That baby went to term.
Right. Phaedra.
Phaedra Parks.
I'm like Phaedra, because Kim was in that hospital like.
Well, Phaedra said, "Oh, I'm only 6 months, but I think the baby's gonna be here next month." How, man? Like you're thinking, like you.
Term is 10 months, ma'am. What do you mean? Yeah, I always said that if I did ever get pregnant, which God, please don't let this happen to me. But if I ever did get pregnant outside of being married, I'm not just going to run to the chapel because we got pregnant.
Because I will be the one standing there at the chapel like, I object. She was just nervous. She's just pregnant as hell. Cancel this wedding.
That's because you're rude. I wouldn't do it. I've had many family members who have gotten married. Not many. I've had a couple of family members who got married because they got pregnant, and my grandmother was not having it. So house that went on to whatever. I don't even know if there were actual ceremonies, but I would just know. I will marry you because I love you and because I can see.
I won't do that. So you beat me there.
I can't. Because, you know, we want to spend the rest of our lives together and all of that. That's great. I will marry you for that. But I'm not marrying you because the condom broke or I slipped on a dick or
I just want to spend the rest of my life with you. How do you even know that? You don't know what you're going to want to do in 10 years. You don't know that. You don't know. It's all speculative. What?
You take a chance.
You're hoping that you're going to feel the same way in 10 years. And y'all are not only putting so much faith into them, you're trying to put faith in yourself. But if you haven't been consistent in the shit that you've done in 5 years, see, I couldn't be a marriage counselor because nobody would be getting married. 5 years ago, you were a whole different person. You were a whole different person 5 years ago. All of a sudden, you got a job that you've had for 9 months now. Ooh, you kept the job for 9 months. Now, you had a bill on time for 6 months. And now you think you're ready to get married? Bitch, you don't even know who you are. No.
Well, that's why I do think that you have to. I hate you. I do think that you have to. I have seen John Gray talk about this, and I saw somebody else just this week in another video talking about this. You're not a husband and you're not a wife when you get married. I am a wife because God has prepared me to be a wife and because I've worked on myself and I'm continuously working on myself. And the same for when you become a husband.
Lying on God too. God ain't prepared you to be shit. I mean, people just be lying.
You are just so...
I am really not. I've sat in weddings and
Well, that's because. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Sometimes.
Listen, I may be young, but I got some experience. Okay, I know some things. I know.
I'm not going to go there, but I'm not pessimistic.
So, Greg, you come telling me that you. First of all, I'm not having it. Nope. Nah, Greg, no. Plus,
well,
Greg told
whenever
me
I do get married, I want you guys to support me.
I'm not, because you just told me last year.
Greg.
I'm gonna have a lot to say, because you just told me last year.
What do you
You just told me last year that you just want to have a wedding so it can be big and extra and on TV.
All right.
What? I don't know who said anything like that. That doesn't even sound like me.
I just want it to be big and extra and fabulous, and I want it to cost a whole lot of money. That's literally what you said.
That's terrible. You prepare for the marriage, not for the wedding. The wedding is one day. That marriage got to last you a whole lifetime. So
Greg is not interested in a marriage. He's interested in a big extra wedding.
Why? No. Why do people want just extra weddings? What is I know I'm a girl and I'm supposed to want, this. And I used to want a big fancy wedding and an expensive ass dress and all of that. I don't want that shit no more.
Why? So you want to go to the courthouse?
We can go to the courthouse if we want to have 2-3.
Absolutely not. We would not get married if we had to go to the courthouse.
You
have to go to the courthouse anyway. Like,
you have to go to the courthouse anyway.
We're going to pick up the license later. We're not finna have no ceremony down there in front of the judge. It doesn't
work like that. You can't just go pick up the license later because your minister has to actually sign your marriage license.
I know. But I'm saying this. I'm not doing the whole courthouse thing. I'm not doing the whole thing where 5 people come and your best friend and your mama. No.
I just don't believe in a big wedding anymore. I don't want a bunch of people standing next to me.
I want my wedding.
2-3 girlfriends max standing with me at the altar. But I want
my wedding to be big. I want my funeral to be big. I need it to be massive. Like, ooh. Like, when I go out of here, it needs to be huge.
He just repeated what I just said he said last year.
But I'm not only going to marry for a wedding. I would marry because of love,
I don't believe you.
I would,
Not that I don't believe that you don't have the capacity to love. I just don't believe that you would only get married for love and not just for the extraness of a wedding.
Well, I think the wedding would be... Yeah, but I mean, really, it would be for love, and I have the capacity to love. I loved the stupid ass motherfucker before. And, look where it got me. So, a wedding is nice. At least I have pictures.
So as I was saying, I don't believe in a big wedding anymore. I need a small wedding party. And I do want a big party. Like I want to have fun at my reception. Ain't gonna be no dry reception. We gonna drink.
But you're only gonna have 8 people there.
At the ceremony, sir. At the ceremony.
But I feel like you should just have the ceremony and then go into the reception.
I mean, the thing is, I hope that all 7 people plus her to make 8 comes to her wedding. I done told all my friends, I'm not coming to wedding. I will be at the reception.
And I told you that's unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable if you're going to stand in the Fulton County Courthouse? Girl, I'm not doing that.
What if my husband doesn't want that?
Your husband probably don't care.
You don't know that. I don't know that.
I can speculate.
I'm just saying.
This is the thing. Call me and let me know where the Hennessy is. Tell me where the mic is. I will host your damn reception. I will make sure it's lit. Y'all gonna have a good time. We gonna eat good. We gonna turn up and y'all gonna get the hell on. I'm not going to no more weddings. I really don't want to go to no more funerals, but I still got people in my family that gonna die. So
why would you say that like that?
Everybody dies. Some people are gonna die. That's not.
So once you get married,
I just can't.
You need.
I've already decided for my future.
You completely froze. Greg, can you hear me?
Yep.
Alex, we can't hear you no more.
I can hear Alex.
How come I can hear you and not Alex?
Yeah, because I think my connection went out. I'm back.
Oh, you are back. What were you about to ask, Greg?
Hello?
I was going to go into our next subject. Like, after you get married, how do you feel about the rent or the mortgage?
So
I feel like we screwed up because we're gonna need more than these 8 minutes.
talk about this subject. I feel like
it's good for next Monday, but it's the holiday week. People might not be here.
I feel like different things work for different households, but I feel like each person needs to come with a flexible mindset of how the finances will be handled. 3 of the biggest things that couples argue about is money, sex, and kids. And I believe in premarital counseling. I actually want to do premarital counseling before I even get engaged. Just to because it's a lot to cover. Like, you're preparing for a whole lifetime with somebody. So before we even get engaged, let's talk about some things and think about things and ask each other questions and stuff that we may not be thinking about. But I think different things work for different people. If you don't want to split the mortgage, rent, or whatever halfway down, then don't. I know different couples who do different things. They split each bill halfway. Some couples say, okay, you pay the mortgage, I'll pay all the utilities. Some couples just do different things. So I say different strokes for different folks.
Do we have time to go over the article with the lady?
Briefly.
All right, so
let's come back to it, but yeah, let's try it.
So pretty much the lady said that she don't feel that she should have to pay the mortgage or rent if she's married. If she have to pay that, then that's a stress that she should have by herself. If she's with a man, then he should be the provider.
So I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing. She's saying she thinks he should pay for everything or pay for...
Yes, everything.
The rent or the mortgage. If she's with the man, that's his bill.
Is she taking care of everything else?
No, well, later in the article, she said that he should take care of everything, the household. That's what she said. She said that paying rent would make her feel like a single woman, and it would make her feel like she's having sex with a roommate.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I believe in a man being the head of the household. That's just how I was raised. But I also believe that marriage is a partnership.
You know, some people was raised wrong.
Some people just wasn't raised.
I'm not to say that you're wrong though. I just wanted to put that out there. Every time somebody, that's just how I was raised. Well, you need to be open to some change, okay?
Well, and I think, let me clarify. My belief has kind of shifted a little bit over the years, because I do think that some churches, families, religions, whatever, teach that the man is the head of the household. He makes all the final decisions and he reigns over everything and blah, 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 whatever. I don't necessarily believe all of that. Like I said, I believe in him being the head of the household, but this is still a partnership. So you're not going to treat me like Paul did some of the churches in the Bible and just say, you a woman, sit your ass down. Nah, bro, we're not doing that. But I also don't.
Sometimes a woman should sit her ass down.
And sometimes a man should sit his ass down too.
You're right. You're right. I'm just saying, y'all make a lot of emotional decisions, and they're wrong a lot of times.
Wait, so men don't get emotional sometimes?
No, we do get emotional, but we have a different approach to how we make decisions.
A womanly thing to do. Like, he made an assessment, and then you didn't even address his assessment. You made one too. He said that y'all are emotional and y'all make a lot of decisions on emotion, and you just completely didn't hear that. So men don't get emotional. He never said that.
But he did imply that women.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just made a statement.
I need another woman.
And this is why that's why women are from Venus and men are from Mars, because y'all have very selective hearing. We pretend to have selective hearing because y'all say so much. So we just pick and choose.
No, y'all just don't be listening.
No, we do listen. In fact, I proved that to you because you say things and then I ask you something and you're like, didn't I just ask you a question? Then I answered the question.
See, this is my prime example right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Those are the type of decisions that women make. That's Mama D. You see that natural hair up there, and then you see the wig sitting up there. That's bad. Those are decisions that women make. I mean, women.
First of all, like Greg, I'm not gonna sit here and let you even insinuate that Mama D is the standard that we hold women to, or that like absolutely not. I'm not letting you.
I'm just making a point. I'm making a point.
Listen, and Alex, you're right. Greg, I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Alex has a habit of, I'll say something to him. Alex, I think that I'm going to go to the grocery store and make soup tonight.
And I'll say, well, what do you think about this mic?
And I'm like, nigga, did you just not hear anything that I just said? And he's like, no, I heard you.
And then I would say, what kind of soup? Then I say, what kind of soup?
But why don't you acknowledge that I said something before you
did I hear you? That's the thing.
But do I know that you heard me?
Did I hear you though?
How do I know if you heard me if you're not acknowledging that I just said something?
Because you know that I have to get my thoughts out first and then I acknowledge.
No, you don't. You acknowledge because I'll say something like,
what you need to do is start having the same faith in me that you have in your Heavenly Father and you'll be fine.
No, you ain't Jesus.
But I am made in his image. I am definitely a God Junior. Get it right. I am GodJunior.com. My homeboy owns that t-shirt line. Go get you one.
Back to this article, because we have this argument every day.
I feel like this is we got to table this for next Monday. She's out of line though. That's my comment for the night. You don't think she's
I don't agree with what she's saying at all.
No, she's completely out of line.
Which is why she caught a lot of flack for it on her Facebook when she said what she said, because what she said was some bullshit.
But I really feel like there are women out there that believe that.
I feel like there are too. I feel like I've known women like that. I'm not one. You gonna let me pay something?
You know what? And
I don't care.
Man that's with her. He's a prime candidate for some support, spousal support, child support, and so then you leave her, and then she's like, "Oh, you paid for everything while we were together, and now you owe me for the next 15 years." I would smack that bitch so hard. I would literally, and I don't hit women. But she would get hit in the courthouse. So now I'm going to jail. So guess you not getting nah. Mr. Haynes, did you put your hands on that woman? I
did, because I tried it.
Take me in, sir.
I cannot.
Take me in.
Yeah, I that's a lot. Even if my husband wanted to pay all the bills, first of all, I've owned a house. It's a lot of bills in a household. Even if my husband wanted to pay all the
lot of bills in an apartment. It's a lot of bills, period. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna be with no broke chick. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I make what I make and she pulling in 100,000 and she like, oh, I could have everything. But just know that your name, like on that note, I know, and she's the type of hoe that thinks her name is gonna be on stuff. Because we married. Like, you're all the way confused. So this is mine.
I got a question. If you're making about $500,000-$600,000 a year and your spouse is making $100,000, whether male or female, will you still require like both to pay? Or because I feel like if I'm making $500,000 or $600,000 and I'm married to you, Tiffany, you don't have to pay the mortgage because you're making $100,000, and we're probably living on a scale of my paycheck. You know, like I feel like that wouldn't be fair.
But nigga, pay the gas bill, electric, water,
utilities. Yeah, okay, you can handle utilities.
She needs to have some type of input. You have to participate. It's the same thing. This is the same principle of why I used to say white kids and black kids act different, but kids in general, when a kid is spoiled, because the parents give them everything and they never worked for anything. They don't respect anything that they get. Just like all these little dumbass, badass kids, little fuck ass assholes, they have these iPhones and worked for no
You
damn
just went
iPhone.
in a little bit.
Oh, my iPhone broke, Mom. And so you're getting the 10-year-old another iPhone. You're stupid. You're a dumb parent, okay? If Johnny had to, I don't know, he should be mowing the lawn at 10 if he has an iPhone.
I
agree too.
Johnny should be pumping gas. He should be carrying in the groceries. In my day, listen, I had to snap these green beans and clean these greens. My mama had me working, okay? Just like she was like, slavery is over, but you are my slave. Snap these green beans.
My nickname as a child actually used to be Cinderella, because I would just do everything. But I've also had like 3 jobs since I was 15. 14, actually. I got a work permit at 14.
Yeah, this generation. So it's the same way. You give a whole house, put her name on it. You would, in my opinion, you deserve to get took for everything that you got. If you are that dumb, and I'm not gonna speak about which one of my family members is that dumb that would just spend all this money and just put a hoe's name on everything. No. And I'm telling you, it's not just TV. People tell me that, oh, Alex, you're so extreme because you feel like everybody is going to see your dollar signs and then want to take you for some support. I stand by this statement that I make all the time and makes people second guess their relationships, their dating situations, and their marriages. People change their minds every day. Period. You do what you want with that. People change their mind every day. Like every day, you could wake up tomorrow and have a whole different feeling about all of this. You've accumulated all of this wealth, and then she was just a part. She didn't do nothing, or he didn't do nothing. And his or her name is on everything. And then they change their mind tomorrow. And then everything that you have, half of it, everything. Woo! If you've worked hard, nobody works hard to get took like that. I'm telling you. I've said this on air so more times than I can count to my uncles, my cousins, my friends. Listen. If you try to take me for some support, I'm going to try my best. And I'm saying it so it can be used in the court of law to make you look like the most inadequate, unfit, mentally unstable, handicapped bitch, okay? You're not getting this, kid. I'm trying to let you know. This disabled, deranged bitch cannot have my child.
A prenup. You should do a prenup.
I'm telling you, prenups get overturned every day. Look at Mary Jane Blige.
Every day.
Look at Mary Jane Blige.
Do y'all think, this is my last question, and then we really do have to go. Do y'all think that prenups start off a marriage on a bad foot?
Absolutely.
It can if you allow it to, but.
Well, this is the thing. Everybody hears prenup and thinks that, oh, you don't trust each other. The prenup is very specific. Let's say you trust, even if you trust them, I feel like you should get a prenup and say, okay, if we make it a year and I just love you this much, you get half of everything. You can say that in the prenup. The prenup is just the agreement. And people always speculate what's going to be in the prenup. For me, and see, Janet, she made it 5 years and she got 500 million. 500 million for 5 years? That's a pretty sweet deal. With me, you gotta make it. You gotta make it 30. Okay, 30.
30. You still wouldn't get 500 million.
No, I'm saying you gotta make it 30.
With him for 5 years for 500 million.
You can make, if you make it 30 with me, you can get a whole 3 million. Okay.
I agree. I agree.
That is what it is. Now, anything we built together, you can get half of that. But if you didn't do nothing but run my Amex up, nope. All you did was sit at home and place the Amazon orders and swipe that Amex. You couldn't possibly think that I'm giving you anything. You couldn't. On that note, we gotta go. But thanks for rocking with us tonight. Greg, how did the people keep in touch with you?
Keeping in touch with me, you can call me at 404. I'm on Instagram at Grant Williams __ and Twitter and Facebook as Grant Williams. My name, special.
Wow. You can find me, Tiff Lanelle, at Tiff Lanelle on everything. Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and .com. TIFFLANELLE. Tiff Lanelle.
And she has a Tinder account.
Really? I've never been on Tinder, actually.
Tinder, Ronnie, that ass. Hey, that ass is tender.
Y'all need prayer. I'm not praying.
All right, I am on to I'm Alex Unmuted on everything, Twitter, Instagram, and .com. Remember, today is greater. Believe it, speak it, and live it. You have to make the choice to be great. Your situation is not your destination. Instead, to make it your motivation. We're back here next Monday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Always, you can go watch all these shows at the ShakeUpShow.com. On YouTube, just search the Shake Up After Dark. Namaste.
Namaste.
Adios.